From launching flamboyant swimsuit calendars to throwing grand parties on his private yacht, from owning an IPL team to racing his way to co-own a Formula One team. Vijay Mallya totally lived up to the tag of living life king size. Once upon a time, this man was the king of good times. The liquor baron would be drenched in opulence, from his Canali, Armani and Xenia suits to his blingy watches, his trademark VJM bracelet and the diamond ear studs. As the owner and chairman of the UB Group, Mallya was best known for his luxurious lifestyle. The business tycoon was said to have 5 super expensive homes across the world and a collection of more than 250 vintage cars. And to suit his jet-setting lifestyle, Mallya had a private jet at his disposal and a private yacht that would play host to some of the most beautiful people in the world. From F1 to cricket to football to horse racing, the liquor baron has been living the ultimate dream. The high-flying businessman took flying seriously when he launched his own airline in 2005. With state-of-the-art planes and carefully selected air hostesses, Kingfisher Airlines had a super takeoff. But it was grounded in 2012. Starting out with 40 crore rupees, Vijay Mallya's net worth was 6,000 crores at his peak. The easy opulence never once betrayed the possibility of serious trouble ahead. Trouble that is now rapidly mounting for India's most visible, now invisible, corporate tycoon. The flamboyant liquor baron is today being chased by almost every institution in the country. The banks, regulators, as well as the judiciary, for the 9,000 crore rupees that he owes to the lenders. But how exactly did the poster boy of India's aviation industry end up as the king of bad times? Vijay Mallya was literally born with a golden spoon, a scion who inherited considerable wealth from his empire-building father, Vijay Mallya, who was the antithesis of his son and shunned the limelight. In 1983, Vijay Mallya died at the age of 59, and a 27-year-old Vijay Mallya was named chairman and CEO of the UB Group. At the time, UB sold about 2.85 million cases of liquor per year. The conglomerate's other businesses included pharmaceuticals, agrochemicals, paints, petrochemicals and plastics, batteries, food and carbonated beverages, and a pizza chain. Over time, Mallya either shut or sold the pharmaceuticals, batteries and the food and beverages businesses, and he spent the money diversifying. Mallya launched Kingfisher Strong, which went on to change beer consumption nationally and became the largest selling brand. Over the course of his career, Mallya drew plenty of envy and enmity and built deep political connections. He became a Rajya Sabha member in 2002. There are many things that Vijay Mallya is famous for, one of them being his knack of successfully bidding for national treasures at auctions around the world. In 2004, when the sword of Tipu Sultan was going under the hammer at an auction house in London, Vijay Mallya decided to bring back the priceless artifact home. His winning bid for £1,075 fetched the sword back to India. Subsequently, he bought back 30 other items owned by Tipu Sultan from the auction houses in UK, including a cannon, other weapons and personal items. On the 9th of May 2005, a spanking new Airbus 320 took off from Mumbai on its maiden flight to Delhi, and India's swankiest airline announced its arrival in the resplendent style so associated with its parent brand, Kingfisher. Mallya's UB Group bought one of its biggest Indian liquor rivals, Shaw Wallace and Company Limited, for 1,300 crores from the Chabaria family. The self-proclaimed king of good times bought Herbertsons Limited. He then merged all the UB Group liquor firms into a new company called United Spirits Limited. In June 2007, Vijay Mallya acquired the crisis-ridden no-frills airline Air Deccan, owned by Captain Gopinath.
Captain Gopinath and me did a deal together. We have a perfect understanding amongst ourselves, and I think all of us will be very happy.
With a combined fleet strength of 71 aircrafts, Kingfisher became a major player in the aviation sector. But this acquisition also diluted Kingfisher Airlines' premium image. On the other hand, Mallya bought a large stake in Formula One team Spiker and rebranded it as Force India, and also announced the purchase of Glasgow-based Scotch whisky distiller White & Mackay.
400,500 tons.
In 2008, Mallya bought IPL franchise Royal Challengers Bangalore for a whopping $111.6 million. And for IPL Royal Challengers team that year, he got some of the biggest names like Rahul Dravid, Zaheer Khan, Anil Kumble and Gail Stein, who were on his payrolls. It was in 2008 that UB City came up in Bangalore. By this time, Kingfisher Airline had grown in popularity, but trouble was brewing fast. On one hand, it became the first and only airline to place orders for Airbuses A380 and A330 costing over $3 billion. But on the other hand, the airline reported a loss of 418 crores and decided to lay off nearly 100 pilots and hike fuel surcharge.
I will order at 1.8 million.
The same year, a few personal items that belonged to Mahatma Gandhi were to be auctioned in London. The Indian government tried its best to stall the auction as no agreement could be reached between the auction house and the government. Also, Gandhiji's great-grandson Tushar Gandhi was unable to get together the money required to buy the items back. Furthering his interest in bidding for national treasures, Mallya came to the rescue. Bidding for the pieces at 1.8 million, he successfully outbid everyone else and brought the heritage back to India. Undeterred with the crisis that the airline was facing, Kingfisher went on its European sojourn. The airline's debt stood at a staggering 6,000 crores by the end of that year. In 2011 too, Kingfisher Airlines continued to accrue losses. The same year, Mumbai International Airport Private Limited sent a legal notice to the cash-strapped airline to pay the outstanding dues of 90 crores. The Service Tax Department froze 11 accounts of Kingfisher Airline for non-payment of 70 crores. Kingfisher exited the low-cost flying business and Vijay Mallya admitted to having made mistakes with the airlines.
We identified certain routes that were totally unprofitable while maintaining schedule integrity and connectivity to important towns where we are the only operator. We cancelled some flights, we put some aircraft into reconfiguration, and what I said was, okay, maybe we could have handled that process better.
However, United Spirits Limited sold 114 million cases of liquor in the year ended March 2011, becoming the world's largest liquor company by volume. Once called the king of good times due to his extravagant lifestyle, Mallya and his companies have been embroiled in financial scandals and controversies since 2012. this was the year when employees of Kingfisher Airlines reported that they were not getting salaries on time.
Vijay Mallya has got money for IPL, for Kingfisher calendar, for Formula 1 cars, but he doesn't have money to pay to us hard-earned employees.
Lenders, including the State Bank of India, wrote off their debt to the Kingfisher Airlines as a non-performing asset. The Income Tax Department froze KFA accounts due to long overdue payments. The company posted a loss of 2,328 crores for the year ending March 2012. Kingfisher Airline had to ground most of its flights.
Yes, there is difficulty, but we are doing the best we can under the circumstances, and the focus is on making sure that the traveling public's interests are held high and are paramount in our minds.
In March 2012, International Air Transport Association dealt a severe blow to KFA by asking travel agents to immediately stop booking tickets on the private airlines for its failure in settling dues. By October, things worsened. The employees went on strike once again, and the company shut its operations till late November. A non-bailable arrest warrant was issued against Mallya and 4 of the directors of the airline for non-appearance in cases relating to bouncing of checks issued in favor of GMR Hyderabad International Airport towards user charges. KFA's license was suspended by the government. In December, the carrier lost its flying license as the DGCA refused to renew its air-operated permit. And Kingfisher, which had never made a profit, never flew again. In the same month, British alcoholic beverages firm Diageo bought majority stake in United Spirits Limited. The following 3 years got successively worse for Mallya. He had to sell stakes in a bunch of businesses. On one hand, United Bank of India identified United Breweries Holdings, the guarantor of grounded airline Kingfisher, as willful defaulter. But on the other came Mallya's biggest splurge. That year he went berserk in the pursuit of Yuvraj Singh for his IPL team, Royal Challengers Bangalore. He wanted Singh on his team, with cost, no bar. Mallya spent 14 crore rupees to get Yuvraj in his team. Around this time, a consortium of 17 banks was trying to collect an amount of approximately 9,000 crore rupees in loans which Mallya had taken from them. They petitioned the Supreme Court to try and prevent Mallya from travelling overseas. But on March 2nd, 2016, Mallya fled India. Almost a month later, the Ministry of External Affairs revoked Mallya's passport, starting the process of bringing him back to India. For nearly a year now, Vijay Mallya has remained elusive. Living a life of luxury at this multi-million-pound mansion just outside of London for the past 10 months.
We have been looking for Mallya in various posh addresses that he owns in London, one of them being behind Madame Tussauds, in one of the poshest areas, tucked on a private road here, right behind me.
Taunting the Narendra Modi government, cocking a snook at law enforcement agencies, keeping out of the reach of creditors. This was the latest blow to the high-flying absconder Vijay Mallya. His free run is set to end as the Indian government is on an overdrive to clip the wings of the king of good times.
It looks like for Vijay Mallya's residence, which is known as the White House in the Sky, which sits as a penthouse on the 32nd and 33rd floor in UB City premises, might now be in deep trouble.
Nearly 11 months after he escaped the financial news in India, the CBI is making its biggest move yet again against the fallen tycoon. The Central Bureau of Investigation charge-sheeted Mallya and 11 others in connection with the default of loans granted by the IDBI Bank to the now defunct Kingfisher Airlines. In the charge sheet, CBI has accused Mallya of financial fraud as well as criminal conspiracy. According to the CBI, Mallya also diverted funds from the loan he received to pay off his overseas debts. CBI has also traced 261 crore rupees diverted to his personal assets abroad. Advancing years, a momentous failure in the airline's business, a willful defaulter status, and allegations of financial irregularities may have forced Mallya to flee the country and lie low, but clearly, the man is certainly not ready to give up just yet.